my name is Janae, and this is Being Nay, my YouTube channel. So today I am doing the newbie BOOKTUBE tag. I have a couple of other videos up on my channel, and I just kind of dove in. So I wanted to take this opportunity to try to introduce myself and explain a little bit more of the direction I would like my channel to go in. So first things first, a couple of things about me. I am 26. I can read. I love to read, as you can see, and I love reading in my bed. So this is why I'm doing this video in my bed today, because it is the most comfortable place to me and one of the places that I love to be the most. So let's get started with question 1. Why did you start this channel? Well, I started this channel because I wanted to do something for me, something that really expressed one of my hobbies. I really enjoy reading. It's something that I've always enjoyed since I was a little girl, and I don't think that I've ever really expressed that other than just picking up a book here and there. And I don't really have many friends or family members that kind of share that same hobby or interest. So this is something for me to let out all my interest and talk and go on and on about all my favorite books and bookish things. Question number 2. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? Well, I am really goofy, and a lot of people who know me in real life know that I am super silly. I just like to have fun. So I would just say that I'm going to bring my personality, and I don't really feel like there is a set rule for YouTube and BookTube. So I just kind of want to mostly talk about books, but also about the things that I enjoy, which is why I call the channel Being Nay, because I'm just being me. All right, number 3. What are you most excited about for this channel? I'm excited to make friends. People who actually love to read as much as I do, who want to talk about reading, who want to get into deep conversations about reading. A lot of my friends, we joke around, we have our own personal interests between us, but when you meet a fellow book nerd or someone who just loves to dive into as many books as you do, loves buying them, talking about them, it is a different type of bond, and you know what I'm talking about. Number 4, why do you love reading? That is kind of hard to explain. I love it for so many different reasons. I love the feel of a physical book in my hands. I am an avid book sniffer, so I love to smell the pages while I'm reading a book. I love the stories. I love how it can change me within and how it can make me feel. Also, it's something that you can do anywhere. I take my books or my Kindle anywhere that I go. And it is not uncommon to see me with a quick 5 minutes, either in the grocery store line or in the car with my husband or friends, whoever. I'm taking that time to kind of finish a book or try to get to that next chapter. So there's so many reasons why I love to read, but yeah, those are just a few. Number 5, what book or series got you into reading? I don't actually, well, maybe none of the videos that I've watched, I don't hear this actually, but Goosebumps was one of the books series that I think just made me love or took me to a place that was truly like different from where I was in reality. So I remember always going to my school library and just searching for the book series and going through all the ones that I haven't read yet or the ones that had the coolest pictures. But that was truly what made me actually enjoy reading. I loved horror. I liked scary or magical elements in a story. And Goosebumps really brought that for me. Also, I really enjoyed the show. I actually own a lot of the series on DVD because it was just that good to me. And it's very nostalgic. So I very much enjoyed that. Other than that, um, and I was actually probably way too young to read this book, but if any of you have ever heard of God Don't Like Ugly by Mary Monroe, she's actually one of my favorite authors. I read that at I don't think I was 11. It was either 11 through 14, but it was my older sister's book and I fell in love with it. Even though I didn't know what half of it meant, I really liked Mary Monroe's writing style, and that was another book that just made me fall in love with finding a book that you didn't expect to enjoy so much. It was a surprise, it was exciting. So, yeah, those two books I'd definitely say. Or book and book series. Number 6, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I have so many favorite booktubers that I don't think that I could name them all. Joel from Fictional Fates, he's actually who I got these questions from, is one of my favorite booktubers. Noelle, I don't know if she has a channel name. Olivia from Olivia Reads a Latte. Alex from Alexandra Roslin. Okay, I'm not going to botch people's names, but if I had anything to ask them, it would be, okay, how did you start your first video? What was it like? What was the setup like? Because it's a lot, and I feel so weird sometimes just trying to gather up what I think would be like a good background or just try to be myself on screen. So any advice for a new booktuber, what would you have to say? And also, what gave you the motivation to keep going? That's what I would ask some of my favorite booktubers, or any booktuber for that matter. Anyone who is making an effort to make videos consistently and just speak about their passions. What gives you the motivation? Because I'm just working on your passion right now, and I just want to dive in about all the books. Number 7, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Whew, I think consistency. And that is something that I want to battle up front. So I don't want to start this video and then not film another video for weeks and weeks. Prior to my other 2 videos that I have on this channel, I was finishing up finals. I'm almost done with my bachelor's degree in marketing, so there was so much going on. My husband and I had a honeymoon plan, so we were doing that actually at the end of finals. So there's just so much going on that I just had to take a break from that, even though it pained me to stop when I felt like I was gaining some momentum. So consistency, learning how to set up a schedule that works best for me for filming on the same day, same time, and then having time to edit, because I don't know much about editing. I plan to dive in and read as much as I can, but I feel editing videos is going to be the hardest part, and I've barely done it, you know. So just from what I can see, consistency of uploading and editing. If you have any tips and tricks, please bless me with your tips and tricks. And number 8, when did you start reading? This is actually a fun little story that I like to tell people. I started reading very young. I can always remember my parents buying me those educational, either health books or because we are Baptist, they bought me like these children Bibles, and I just like love the pictures or the smell of the pages. But really it was because I was a troublemaker growing up, but I was the only child at this time at home. So as a form of punishment, my dad would actually, I didn't watch a lot of TV, so he would make me shut off the TV while he was at work. and he would assign a chapter book for me to read that day, and he would want a one-page book report. Now, that may sound harsh to some people, but it actually made me have a love for reading so much. And my dad and I still talk about this today. He thinks it's funny and astonishing that something so little to him at that time has blossomed this love of mine, and it still continues to go on. So that wasn't a form of punishment to me. You know, it was like, okay, well, I'm gonna read this book and I'm gonna have it done and this paper written by the time you get home. So that is actually how I started reading, and I've been reading for as long as I can remember. I started reading very young. I learned how to read very young. So I don't know what age is kindergarten. That's when I started reading. Number 9. Where do you read? Is that not obvious? In my bed. And some of everywhere. I take my books to work, so I read on breaks, I read on lunch, I listen to audiobooks in my car. Yeah, but mostly my bed or the couch. I mean, you know, some of everywhere, but mostly my bed, because I get an excuse to hurry up and get ready for bed and then just sit here for hours. Number 10, and this is our last question. What kind of books do you like to read? Now, I like reading everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Biographies, contemporary, YA, horror. It just really depends on the mood. I read pamphlets. I read anything that you have for me to read. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Don't tempt me with a good time. But yeah, it's just a mood thing for me. Everything that, and you don't see the mess that I have on this book cart going down, but these are actually all the books that are brand new or that people have given me or that I'm hoarding. I actually have a bookcase out in my living room that is full of all the books that I've read already. So these are the books that I haven't read, and I'm trying to be practical and not buy any more books until I read all of the ones in my book cart. But that is not working. So yeah, I like to read anything. There's not anything specific that, I don't know. There's not anything specific that I would say that I am drawn to. I am just drawn to the possibility of a good time, a great adventure, and something that makes me feel something inside. So yeah. Oh, I can't believe we're done. So much went into setting this up. This is crazy. I want to thank anyone for watching. I hope to gain friends from this channel and just people I can have deep conversations with and imagine myself drinking some coffee with and talking about our favorite books. I hope also to get great book recommendations or possibly give great book recommendations. So thank you again, and I will see you next time. Bye!